Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another one of my live streams, and welcome to an update live stream. I know there's going to be a lot of questions about some of the recent announcements, and along with that, there's probably about a gazillion questions on project cars, things like that. When we're going to get back on the project cars and everything. What are we going to do next? It's the weekend, Prince Magnum. What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, we're going to cover that in this particular live stream. We're going to kind of cover our bases and kind of start going from there. Kind of give you guys an idea what we're looking at. I'm not saying it's going to go this way, but I'm saying what we're looking at as possibilities because we got a lot of ground to cover. We're also going to talk about possible monetization and that sort of thing. It's just one of those things. We got some ground to cover, some really awesome ground to cover. So stick around. If you got any questions, we're definitely going to dive into those questions. What we're going to do for content that you guys have been asking about. So heads up, 7-Up, we do have some ground to cover. And this is really going to be one where if you guys have got questions, what's going to happen to the channel next, because I know there's a lot of people supporting this channel. I wouldn't have suspected that we would have gotten to this point when I first started. I was always hoping, but I didn't know if it was, it's one of those things you hope for, but you never know. So that's kind of where we stand right now. That's kind of where it stands. So we do have some ground to cover. We have a lot of ground to cover. We're going to try to cram this in because I want to try to prepare for the evening with Princess Faye. She's not going to get home till late, but I do want to also eventually get on some Fortnite, spend some time with you guys, not in a live stream. I just want to spend some time with you guys this weekend as well. So that is what's going on. So we're going to kind of chill out for a minute, kind of let people start coming in. And again, I know there's probably about a gazillion questions what to expect this weekend. So just kind of a heads up. And I found that kind of giving you guys an idea what we're looking at doing for the weekend, we're definitely going to be doing. What's going on, filming? I believe you're the first one to say anything. I hope the weekend's treating you good, my friend. We're just getting into it. So, again, when we get to the 10-minute marker, as usual, we do have a lot of announcements and updates to the channel, that sort of thing. I am doing fantastic. I got up today, went to work, and, that sort of thing. And work was good. Work was amazing. I got through it pretty quick. There was the usual aggravation that you get from going to work. I mean, there's that, but as far as anything else, I mean, it was amazing. So it was really exciting. I know I had planned on a cooking stream tonight, but Princess Faye's not going to get home till late, and she really wouldn't. We're going to save the cooking for tomorrow for tomorrow closer to the afternoon hour. Princess Faye wants to watch the Minecraft Championships. That's fantastic. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm excited about tonight because we also have some updates about Project Spirit. So that is kind of one of the things that's on the plate right now. We do need to talk about Project Spirit. Hey, how you doing, Queen? Good to see you. It's good to see you, Queen. So that is kind of some of the things that we're going to be expecting tonight in tonight's live stream. There's going to be talk about Project Spirit, Project Lena, the talk about the new Cinnamon, the new Cinnamon live streams that we're going to start doing soon. We're hoping to start them Saturday night. I don't know what time yet. I will try to keep you all apprised of the situation. I think and there's even going to be some slight changes to how we do that particular series. So Princess Faye and I had a long conversation about this whole thing. I know some of you really wanted to see, the Cinnamon character kind of transition to, we're going to start talking about, basically today is just going to be all about updates to both the project cars, to the Cinnamon live streams and series that we're looking at, kind of touching base on that. We're just gonna cover all of our bases today, and then some. That way, you guys kind of have an idea where we're looking at for the weekend, and kind of as we're progressing into the month. Because at this point, I know at this point, because a lot of you have spent a lot of time on this channel, you guys really deserve as much input as possible. Because of the fact that there's so much involved into this channel now. We're talking, I've got to get on to Princess Faye. We got to look at merch again. We started to mess with it. We had some issues, and it just kind of stopped in its tracks. So we're going to have to take a look at that again and start pushing ahead with merch. Because I know a lot of you have asked, when we're going to get some Prince Magnum channel merch. And we're set up to do it. We just haven't done it. So, as a matter of fact, like I said, we're going to cover a lot of ground on a lot of the changes and updates to the channel. Again, I also want to emphasize, I know some of you are not there's a few of you that are not happy about it, but the In Your Face series is going to be going away at the end of this year. So, last stream of 2020 In Your Face goes away. It might make a reappearance here and there, but for the most part, this series goes away. Henningsway Gym Life. I hope I said that right. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. I seen you over in Ian's channel, so I know you're a good guy. Thank you for joining us. We're just kind of covering some ground on project cars and things like that. We got a lot of ground to cover on this channel, and I figured the best way to do it is sit down and talk to you guys, tell you what's going on, because a lot of you have a lot of time invested into this channel, and obviously at this point you want to see it succeed, because I figured you've seen him before too. I just wanted to kind of let him know that I knew who he was. Or she. I don't know. You'll have to tell us. Simon. Okay. Well, welcome, Simon, to the live stream. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, coming in, hanging out with us. Like I said, we got a lot of ground to cover. First 10 minutes, we usually just kind of chill out, just kind of get caught up with each other. How are you doing? And I'm doing great, sort of thing. That's first 10 minutes. The second part is whatever it is that we're doing in that particular day, that particular live stream. Then usually the last 15, 10 to 15 minutes of the stream, and I usually don't go more than 2 hours. Sometimes I go a little less, sometimes I go a little bit more, but usually it's about 2 hours long. So that's kind of the general platform that I use. It's just whatever happens in between changes from day to day. And we do a little bit of everything on here. Primarily, we are a DIY channel. DIY hot rodding, DIY romance, which, Simon, because you're here and that sort of thing, you will get to see one of the project cars today. You'll get to know that project car a little bit. And that is Project Spirit. Project Spirit is actually just sitting right off camera down below me because I live in an upstairs apartment complex. So you'll get to be introduced to Project Spirit in this particular stream if you stick around long enough. So just kind of a general rule of thumb. Project Spirit is the true star of the Prince Magnum channel, despite some of the craziness that does happen on here. I am just the host. The real star is my project car, Project Spirit. There is one other project car. She is not here. It's with Princess Faye, and that is Project Lena. Project Lena is a 2003 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Makes several appearances here and there throughout the course of the channel, but it's not something that a lot of people typically gravitate towards. Ian is actually more of the he's more of the leader of that fan club there, if you will. He's a Project Lena fanboy right there, and nothing wrong with that. I like Pontiacs just as much as the next guy in the General Motors camp. Even though I own a Ford Maverick, I'm more GM than anything. Okay, so now that we covered this, all right, the first thing that we got to get out of the gate, tomorrow we had to postpone tonight's cooking episode. I don't know where he's at. He's probably off doing something exciting. Knowing Ian, he's always up to something, and not necessarily is that up to something bad. I mean that in a good way. He's a good guy, and I wouldn't think it's just one of those things. You always expect him to be working on something, doing something. Hey, what's going on, Raven? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the live stream. You guys are going to get to see, again, we're going to talk a little bit about Project Spirit in this live stream. So the first thing that we got to talk about is I did have to postpone the cooking episode, so it won't be till closer to tomorrow afternoon, my time. For some of you overseas right now, I know it's about 1 o'clock you guys' time, 1 o'clock a.m. you guys' time. Queen. So he's probably, damn it, got all hung up there. It's one of those things. Princess Faye is not going to begin home till about 11 o'clock tonight. So to me, that doesn't exactly, equate to good food. Sometimes, because it's going to be a rice episode. The problem with rice is that, it's not always that great after it's had a little time to set up. So it just makes sense if she's home to make it then. So that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to do the Sonny's collab stream that I've been wanting to do for about a couple weeks now. I've got the stuff ready to go. And basically tomorrow morning, I have to get up bright and early and begin the process of working on it. It's basically going to be, hey, what's going on, Mikey G? Good to see you, buddy. Got a good crowd coming in now. Mikey G, my boy. That's my boy there. Him and I are that's one of my tag team partners on Fortnite. Let us get into duos. We get in and out of some crazy situations there, don't we, Mike? Okay, so that's kind of what we can expect tomorrow. That's what's up. So that is part of the plan for tomorrow. Along with that, we are looking at doing the very first all live stream dedicated to Cinnamon. Okay, it is going to be the debut live stream. It's only going to be Cinnamon. Now, in previous live streams with Cinnamon, it has always been where Princess Faye puts the makeup on me, then I go into the office and I get into character, right? That's, so that's what everyone is used to. Well, Princess Faye and I did some talking. And one of the things that she kind of discussed with me at great length was sometimes she just doesn't feel like being on camera. That's totally fine. She shouldn't have to feel pressured to be on camera. So part of tomorrow is going to be an experimental live stream where Princess Faye just puts the makeup on me and I go live for 2 hours playing the character that we have developed here on the channel, Cinnamon. So it's just going to be straight 2 hours of Cinnamon. Now, in later dates, we will be looking at where we'll be. Hey, what's going on, Meowgrid? I know I just screwed that up. So that is the plan for tomorrow night. I will go live for 2 hours as Cinnamon No, normally we just do like an hour where Princess Faye puts the makeup on me and that whole development. Then I go into the office and then we just have fun, and I goof off being Cinnamon. That's been the norm. It's so good to see you guys. It's so good to see you all. That's been the norm in the past, okay? But Princess Faye has said that there's times she just doesn't feel like being on camera, and you guys should still be able to enjoy the character. So the plan is that what we are looking at doing is before the live stream, Princess Faye will put me in the makeup, get me all done up as Cinnamon, and then I will then just go to the office, set up what I need to set up. If I hadn't done so already, the camera goes on, and immediately when the camera goes on, Cinnamon takes over the live stream immediately. Okay, so you guys get 2 full hours of Cinnamon tomorrow without any, without the 1 hour makeup session. Which I know some of you might be a little disappointed with that, but let me explain. Again, Princess Faye doesn't always feel like being on camera, and that is her prerogative. If she doesn't want to be on camera, it's not necessarily her channel. So she shouldn't have to be forced to be on camera if she doesn't want to be. And I'm not that kind of person. If my wife says, no, I don't feel like being on camera, fine. That is her prerogative, and I wouldn't push her into it. But what we are looking at doing in later live streams, where basically what we will do is I will set everything up in the office, then we will go live. Princess Faye does the makeup, and then as soon as the makeup is on, we shut down that live stream. We come back in about 10-15 minutes. In the next live stream, it'll already be in the office, and you then get, again, 2 full hours of Cinnamon live, uncut, being just as sensual, over the top sensual as you have all come to enjoy. So that is in later live streams. Cinnamon is getting her own live stream here on the Prince Magnum channel, and I'm still working out the name of the title for this particular live stream. So you guys are getting what you want. In a way, I know some of you really wanted Cinnamon to have her own channel, but the problem is for me to be able to manage 2 channels, because the Magnum channel has expanded into so many, adding another channel on top of it. I could not keep up with that. As it is sometimes extremely difficult to keep up with what we do now, let alone keep up with a second channel. And I will say that is just not, it just isn't, it is impossible for me to manage that kind of time structure. Along with that, I would rather be good at one thing, really good at one thing, than to be mediocre at several things. So that being said, it makes sense to me to stay focused on one channel and create a new segment that you all can enjoy, and we can bring it in as we need to throughout the course of the week, okay? It just makes sense to me. Now, that also brings me to another important spot, okay? For those of you who love Fortnite and like to play Fortnite with me and have me on your team, there is a challenge. There's several of you who have said that you wanted to see Cinnamon play Fortnite. Well, you're getting your wish. Mikey G briefly seen some of what I was working on last night, but Cinnamon will be playing Fortnite with a few of you. For those of you who are able to do microphone sessions, your names are on the list, if you will, that you are to play a duo round with Cinnamon, and you cannot laugh at what she says. So if you don't have a microphone or you don't have Fortnite and you want to do this, you have time, but this is a try not to laugh challenge with Cinnamon. And we briefly did this in another live stream with Ian, and Ian didn't even make it past the first comment. Just wanted to see what would happen. Basically, I did the Cinnamon voice while he was driving a vehicle, did the Cinnamon voice, and said, "Let me get out my big gun." And and because I did it in the Cinnamon voice, Ian was just started snickering and said, he's like, "What the hell, man?" And it was hilarious. The chat lit up with LOLs. I think Miyagi was there. I think Sean was there. I keep thinking you were there, Queen. You might have missed it though. I think you might have been in Alley Cat's stream, and it was hilarious. We all had a big laugh at it. So basically, the plan is that you guys will get to go. It'll be recorded, obviously. Yes, it'll be recorded. PG-13 Fortnite. Yeah. So basically, Queen Bee, you are definitely on this list. Yeah, and Minion, you guys would be. I would, if you guys would load that. If you guys want to do the challenge, you got to get Fortnite, and you can live stream it, as part of your content. But I will be only recording because I'm gonna basically you get half an hour to try not to laugh at what Cinnamon is saying. So that is going to be fun. You're going to fail at. And at the end of the recording of your time with Cinnamon, what will happen is every time you laugh there, I'm going to put a counter of how many times you laugh throughout that entire segment. And we're going to see how this goes. So you guys, so for those of you who wanted to interact, to see how many times you guys fail at trying not to lose it with Cinnamon in Fortnite. And that means I have to be in character the whole time. There will not be a face cam for this. It's just going to be the Cinnamon voice. And I know how much you love Cinnamon. Anyhow. So you guys are getting what you want in essence. It's just having fun with the character. Now that also brings me to another spot we do need to talk about. I'm already working with Spaz Baby for the podcast to do the Cinnamon character. She also wants to bring Princess Faye and I both onto the podcast and talk about what we do on the channel. And then the next podcast directly after that would be with Cinnamon only. I'm not sure how long she wants to go live with that podcast, but I know that is definitely on the plate. So that is the major announcements, kind of up to date currently with the Cinnamon character that you guys enjoy so damn much. And I never thought in my life that a character like that would really actually take off. It was just meant as a joke, but let me also say that there has been some serious development with that character since you guys have been asking more of. So let me explain how this works. I had to get my coffee. All right. First thing we got to talk about out of the gate. Again, the Prince Magnum channel is a DIY channel to a major degree. But we primarily, our major message has always been, to enjoy life without a drink or a drug and the hope of a better tomorrow if today's been bad, which there's no such thing as a bad day. So now that I've said that, where does Cinnamon fit into this into the category of being a primarily DIY channel? And I had to sit down and kind of have a heart-to-heart with Princess Faye. And in this heart-to-heart with Princess Faye, there we go. In this major heart-to-heart with Princess Faye, as we talked at great length, one of the things that came up is there's really two sides to romance in general. There's the sweet, and lovey-dovey side that we're all very familiar with here on the channel that we talk about all the time. Doing going the extra mile for your other half, trying to keep the romance alive and well. That sweet stuff that we regularly talk about. But then there's the other side that nobody really talks about unless you get on that right channel. And that is the physical side, the sultry side, if you will. The sensual side of it all. Well, the problem is a lot of channels don't cover that. So the Cinnamon character is going to be that link that transverses that. What is it that you got that basically that character? Yeah, you're already with me. You're already with me on this. That that character that says it's okay to be freaky deaky if you want. It's okay. That basically says it's okay for couples to be sexy. And that's where the character really comes in. Carrying that message that it's okay. And I get pissed off when I hear this. Oh, yeah. Basically, where Cinnamon fits into the Prince Magnum channel. And, there are things that couples like to do that might be considered taboo. This character says it's okay. And if there's one thing that pisses me off more than anything about being a married man, or for that matter, just being married in general. And how many times we all heard it, folks? The moment you get married, sex goes out the window. That's bullshit, okay? It should never be that way. Even after children, it should never be that way, okay? The romance should always be there. That's the person you fell in love with. That's the person you're raising children with. It should always be there, because the moment the romance dies is the moment you're talking to divorce lawyers. And, so what is this character supposed to do? Inspire that part of the relationship. That's where Cinnamon fits in. Because again, there are things that couples enjoy that they should enjoy. It's a new age. And even though I'm an older, I come from an older generation, that a lot of stuff that you hear about is taboo does not mean that I can't adapt, okay? This old dog can learn some new tricks. Easy with the innuendo. The true fact of the matter is that, here on the Prince Magnum channel, we recognize the fact that it is not the traditional marriage as we once thought it was, this day and age. It should always, basically what it boils down to is it's okay for a woman after her children to be sexy, and it's perfectly okay for couples, no matter how long they've been together, no matter how old they get to, grow old together, they should always be able to enjoy what happens between them or any other consenting adult, because let's face facts, again, it is a new age. They should always, love is love. They should always be able to enjoy that aspect of their life, whatever it is, okay? It's not my place what happens between other consenting adults, okay? So where does Cinnamon fit into this? Reminding us all that it's okay to be sexy. Yeah, that's what, and I pull that character off. I want to point out again, I'm pulling off the look of Cinnamon at the age of 41. That is not bad. Dear old Prince Magnum, as old as he is, pulling off that character. So, in essence, when third, I guess I'm not oh, okay. It's just one of those things. So that's what the character is going to be used as, that character that says it's okay to keep it spicy when the bedroom door closes. That's what the character is all about. And I'll play into it as hard as I want. I am going to try, so expect, though, all Cinnamon live streams to be 18 or older. You have to be an adult to be in that live stream. I cannot, at that point, I mean, basically at that point, the gloves are off. I am looking at starting the challenge tomorrow night after the Cinnamon live stream. That is the plan. Now, again, at some point in this weekend, we're also going to be back on the bicycle project, which will have a name by the time we go live to do the painting project. That is the plan. Princess Faye will be taking over the paint can, and I will be keeping up with the chat. That's so we're getting back on the bicycle project. That's right. So whoever wants it first, so whoever wants the first Fortnite challenge with Cinnamon, better speak up loud and proud. I think Ian's already trying to lay claim to it, though. It will not be live streamed. It's only recorded. But if you do live stream it, you got to mention that. My internet has been absolute garbage lately. Absolute garbage. So that is kind of where it's at. And basically, you have to last a half an hour with Cinnamon in the live stream. Tomorrow, you guys will get your first true Q&A with Cinnamon. So that is, you guys are getting what you wanted in a way. I know some of you really wanted Cinnamon to have her own channel, but it's just not possible. But this is a healthy compromise, dedicating an entire segment to the character, which I did have to have a conversation with my mother on this. We had a long conversation about this, and she's like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I said, "Yeah, of all the things, this is the one thing that people are really asking for, Mom." And she's like, I said, "So I wanted to warn you that there's going to be more of this." And she's like, "I'm not 100% comfortable with this, but I understand that you're trying to make this thing really work. And you've even given yourself a time frame of how close it's got to be, for the monetization to be back on, for it to start paying for your channel a little bit. So it's not just coming out of your pocket." I said, "Exactly right, Mom." So we had a long conversation about this. It's one of those things. I don't necessarily need my mother's approval at my age, but I still kind of want it, even if she didn't approve, I would still do it. But it's one of those things I'd really like my mom to be on board. And I think she would be proud to know that her son still looks good enough to pull off a look like that at his age. I think Mom can at least be proud of that much. So we have covered that. So now that we've covered that, let's see where we are at on. Okay, let me finish this, and we're going to go down, and we're going to start. We're going to take a quick walk around Project Spirit. I know it's a little dark out, but it's not a super big deal, because there's tons of footage here on the Prince Magnum channel of Project Spirit, hanging with her and doing the different things that we've done. So kind of a heads up on that. So you'll still get to see her, but she just won't be as lit as you all are used to. Along with that, I went today and I talked to our friends at Torque Diesel and Auto and gave them about $80 to begin the process of getting ready to take Project Spirit into their shop. And she will be changed over from a manual transmission to an automatic transmission. Let me explain. I know many of you out there feel that Project Spirit should always be a standard transmission car, and I wish that was going to be the case. But here's the problem. Number one, time has marched on, and people cannot drive. Here in Missouri, about 3 years ago, a statistic came across my desk that concerned me, especially when it comes to a classic car. Now, granted, those cars can take a heck of a hit, but the last thing I want to have to do is redo any body work that I'd already done to a car that is already hard to get parts for. Okay, so let me get that out in the open right now. People cannot drive, and they do not take into consideration that some people still drive standard transmissions. So you get rollback. Imagine for a brief moment here in Missouri, the statistic that Missouri is like number 10 out of 50 states. Missouri is number 10 for the worst drivers in the United States. This is not a joke, folks. This is true to life facts. I live in a state that is is in the top 10 of the worst of the 50 states and provinces here in the United States for the worst drivers imaginable. Okay, here in the United States, we are number 10. And I imagine in the past couple of years, it has gotten worse. It was just last year, some crazy teenager hit a carriage, an Amish carriage, and killed a baby. That was just last year. Okay. And totally wiped out. Okay. There you go. But yeah. Okay. But yeah. So that is one of the reasons why the manual transmission has to go away, because it right up on your bumper. Tailgating is illegal in Missouri, but the police do not enforce it. You're supposed to give at least two of your car links between you and the vehicle in front of you, and nobody does it. And that's here in Missouri. Nobody does it. Anything less than that is tailgating, and you are breaking the law, but the police do not enforce it because it doesn't really pay off in the courts. They'd rather pull you over for a speeding ticket because that pays. This is not a joke. That was one of the reasons why we switched over from disc brake switched to disc brakes on Project Spirit, because people can't drive. The drum brakes stop fine, but you got to plan all your stops. How can you plan all those stops with morons out there? They can't drive. And it's sad, but it's true. So Project Spirit, even more and more as time goes on, has to be customized to fit for modern day retards who are behind the wheel. It's not so much the problem with the cars out there, it's the loose nuts behind the wheel. That's the problem. So there, I said it. I live in a world where people can't drive. Period. So the manual transmission has to go away for that. Which brings us to the next reason why the manual transmission has to go away. Princess Faye isn't comfortable driving stick. She can drive stick. She's actually amazing at driving stick. The problem is that, you're back to that rollback problem. Along with that, she's not the tallest lady around. Project Spirit is designed for taller people. So she has a hard time getting the clutch pedal all the way to the floor. Again, she could drive Spirit. Spirit's just fine. But it's a little difficult for her. So for that reason, the stick shift also has to go away. And the other problem, imagine trying to get parts for a car that's almost 50 years old. That's a bitch at times. Especially for a car that really only exists on paper really anymore. Project Spirit's almost a one of a kind around. Thus making her even more rare, which is one of the reasons why we got to do is to preserve the ability to drive her every day. I will not keep a weekend warrior unless it's to benefit the channel. And yes, Project Spirit legitimately can be a weekend warrior, but why do that? Why would I want to do that? So that's where it stands. That's where it stands. So now that I've said that, okay, Project Spirit has to go into a shop. The transmission, you guys seen it in the office. I've got a couple of items I have to get between now and 2 weeks from now. I have a total of 3 parts, which tomorrow, it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll be going over to our friends at AutoZone and getting the next part on the list, which I'm probably going to be picking up the starter. Monday, when I get paycheck in hand after work, once Princess Faye goes to work herself, I will then be going in and ordering for the next part, which is going to be the flex plate, which some people get confused with the flywheel. There's no such thing as a flywheel on an automatic transmission, even though some people erroneously call it a flywheel, even though it's not. It's called a flex plate. So we have to order for that, and then we still have to get the cross member. That's the last thing on the list, which I will probably call the Big Three Auto Salvage Group up in Festus, Missouri, who were the ones that hooked me up with the transmission for Project Spirit. That's it. I'm getting a salvage part. Once it gets here, if all looks good, we're just going to slap it in there. If it doesn't, we'll do what repairs we need to. So that stands. Project Spirit is basically going into the shop, and when she comes out, basically she goes in as a manual car, she comes out with an automatic. That's it. We've got everything else in order. All our ducts are pretty well in order. Along with that, I will be taking our friends Torque Diesel and Auto more stuff for project, well, more money for Project Spirit as well Monday. That's our plan. Basically, she goes in right after Princess Faye goes to see her family. I'll stream that night because I'm taking vacation at the same time. And during that time frame, we're going to clean up Project Lena. We're going to spend some time on her, and we're going to live stream a lot of stuff with Project Lena. So if you're in the background, Project Lena is going to be live streamed a great deal that week. That is our plan with that. But then we'll be including other live streams, and I'll be in between time. I'll be working on edited content. We have a lot of edited content to get caught up on, because at a certain point, I am going to take like a couple of days off from streaming altogether, kind of take a vacation from YouTube, and it'll just be uploaded content. So that is where the project cars stand. The first week of October, we will be doing the Prince Magnum channel car show, which is just going to be show 2 cars. And you guys will decide your favorite of the project cars, what has happened to them this year alone. So you guys will get to enjoy a walk around of both vehicles on what has been done to them this year. Okay. It's going to be a true Prince Magnum channel car show, just with the project cars. We might even throw in, depending on how the bicycle project looks, we might even throw that in too, just for funsies, just to have some variety. Which is your favorite project? You know? And so that is kind of where it stands. So at any point, if you guys have any questions, now is also the time to ask them, because we've covered a lot of ground already with project cars, updates with Cinnamon, just all sorts of good stuff like that. Just amazing stuff in the works. You guys spoke loud and proud on some of the things that you wanted, and we're definitely going to try to get those things to you. And I'm not sure if my chat is updating or if you all are just listening to me run on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I have been listening to you guys. Let's see. Now we need to talk a little bit about the watch hours. Evidently, around this time last year, I put out a really good video. So my hours are fluctuating right now. If you guys get the opportunity to sit down and take a look at some of the playlists, you might actually be pleasantly surprised. There's playlists on... let me double check, make sure. Yeah, I seen that you wanted to talk it over with TFZ. I'm sure he would be on board. But again, if he's not, then that's fine. But whoever can get a microphone and wants to play Fortnite with Cinnamon, by all means, you will get that opportunity. And if you need time to talk it over with him, take your time, okay? But I would like to start the first one. I know Ian had said something that he was interested. Raven, are you interested in doing a live stream with, doing a recorded session with Cinnamon, a try not to laugh challenge? Basically, it'll also be a great way for me to promote you guys' channels at the same time. So if you're trying to meet a certain goal, this is also my way of helping. So that is the plan there. I swear to God, AT&T, you are going to hate me before this is said and done with. They keep trying to pick up the live. Okay. Like I said, that's the plan. I want to start working on that after tomorrow night's live stream, where you will get to spend time with Cinnamon. Now that I've said that, the watch hours were close. We're close. You might as well say we're. Yeah. So you feel my pain, don't you? Pay through the nose for internet that doesn't work. There's a word for that. We call it, there's words for that. Ripped off, folks. But anyhow, you ought to hear it whenever I call them. It's actually hilarious because the first thing that I say, the first words that come out of my mouth is you guys got paid, right? Yeah. So we paid you. They're like, yeah, you're up to date on your internet bill. Wonderful. So the money's good then. Oh, you only have it for the phones? I can understand that. Well, the first thing that I'll say is, so the money's good, right? Yeah, the money's good. Then why is our internet so crappy? And then they get really quiet. And so don't give me that I need to buy more products or anything like that. Either A, we get good internet, we get decent internet service, or B, we find another internet provider. And then I will provide them with a link to a video where I interviewed somebody on how to throw your internet bill out the window. He was actually live streaming from his cell phone using his cellular data, not hotspot. And I explained that to them. Said, do I need to push this video? No. Then you better pull it together. Yeah. Then I always tell them, you better pull it together, and you better pull it together fast, or I swear to God, I will do another interview and continue to push this content. And I said, I will hit you where it hurts. We've talked about that. We're actually looking at doing that. I've already threatened that. And they're like, no, we'll fix this. And it'll be fine for 2 weeks, and then it's back to this garbage. So I guess I need to call them again and remind them that I do not have a problem with outing them, for bad service. And they don't like that. They don't like that. And I always say, I don't think it would have been this much of a problem if it was still Southwestern Bell. Then they're like, huh? You actually are, yeah, I'm old enough to remember Southwestern Bell. It wasn't nearly a problem then. So, all right, so we've covered that. We do need to go down to Project Spirit real quick. We definitely got to go down to Project Spirit. So y'all want to see Project Spirit real quick. For those of you who have been lurking in the background, this is your time to get to see Project Spirit if you've not been super familiar with her. So we're going to go out here. I just wanted to kind of set up in the office, chill out there. This is just asking for trouble. Oh, be right back? Okay, well, hurry up. God, that's bright. They put LEDs in there, and it's just too damn bright. Okay, so here is Project Spirit. She looks dirty as hell right now. I have got to do something about this. This is just not. I mean, she's looking disgusting right now. I got to get her cleaned up. And earlier this year, we'll talk a little bit more about it. We did that taillight panel, so we are going to talk about that in that upcoming stream where you all will decide what we're going to do. But right now, she needs a bath. She needs a bath, and I got to clean out the inside a little bit. You can practically tell I just about live out of this car. Some days, I'm always on the go. It doesn't stop. So you all will get to see that. Now, real quick, we did get the driver's window fixed, so it will roll up and down now. But real quick, you're back, Mike? You can't really even see it right now. The third pedal goes away. The stick shift goes away. There will be an automatic on the floor, but all that will go away. So this has got to go. This is going to go. So no more third pedal and no more stick shift. We're going to an automatic altogether. So that is that. Mike G came back just in time for a little time with Spirit. So for those of you who did not know who Project Spirit was, maybe you're fairly new to the channel. This is the old girl. It's good to see you, Mike G. I know there's a long-standing debate which is the cooler of the two project cars right now, but again, I will lean towards my 1975 Ford Maverick 4-door. I love this car. It's so much fun. So much fun to drive. Which, that does bring us to. All right, for those of you who are in the chat, I need you to tell me, okay? We need to cover this real quick. The end of October, Project Spirit will have been with the Prince Magnum channel for a grand total of 5 years that Project Spirit has been here on the channel. What would you all like to see? Would you all like to see a video? Kind of going back to what Project Spirit looked like when she was brand new here on the channel? Or would you just like to live stream it? Or maybe both. It's completely and totally up to you guys what you would like. I need to know now so I can begin working on it because I want it ready for when that day comes. Also, this November, Project Spirit will be 46 years old. So in another 4 years, that car will be a half a century old. That is a very old car, still rocking and rolling. Okay. So here you go, Galaxy. Say hi to your fans. Oh, your fans want to see you too. For those that don't know, this is Galaxy. She's our black cat. We have 3 cats. You good? You good? Make yourself comfortable. I'll pet you, but you have to sit down. I want your tail up and everything. They don't want to see any cat butt. Cats, something else. We are going to work on where you all get to see Zelda a little bit more. She's been, this is about the time of day that she just hides. I don't know why. She just hides this time of day. I guess she's getting camera shy. Go figure, right? A cat getting camera shy. What do you think, Galaxy? You used to be camera shy there for a little while. You were always on camera, then you got camera shy, and now you're back on camera with me regularly. The people like you. They love you to pieces. Animals. There's something else, aren't they? So, the question remains, what would you guys like to see? more of Galaxy. Get your tail out of the camera. They don't want to see cat tail. You are a mess. You are a. Oh, don't pretend like you don't like all the pets. Oh, Galaxy time. She's a pretty cat. Okay, sit down. No, you're not getting up on the table. You get your butt out of my face, cat. What's wrong with you, Galaxy? She's a mess tonight. But anyhow, so if you guys want a recorded video, kind of like a timeline of Project Spirit, let me know. Tonight would definitely be the night to let me know what you would all like to see, because Project Spirit has really kind of transition time. I went back and I looked at, wow, that used to look better than it did, or that that's changed. Oh my goodness, I remember that. I remember that. Wow, so in 5 years, a lot has changed with that old car. No, you won't get your tail out of my face. Oh, I'm going outside. What do you think of that? Golly, I can't else tonight. And then watch, as soon as the live stream's over, she'll be back. She'll be back to just ignoring me. Ornery ass cat. Okay. So again, trying to do this without. Um, Again, we do have a lot of ground to cover. Projects, 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 right? So that is where we stand on the project cars. Again, Surviving Romance, no big change there. We're going to try to add in more other stuff that pertains to romance that isn't just cooking, doing this sweet stuff. Years ago, we did a video, and literally, this was years ago when we did this video. We did a video where I showed you how to properly buy roses. This is an old video here on the channel. And then I showed you how to properly preserve those roses. Not very popular, though, ironically enough. Very strange. I thought for sure that these were going to be like huge. Did chocolate covered strawberries? Not very popular. Not a very popular video. Very strange. I figured for sure that these would be very popular videos. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. The hot chocolate video, very popular. And I figured that would be a mediocre one. Nope. So it just goes to show that Surviving Romance, we will eventually do the hot chocolate mix again here on the channel. It's just that some of the ingredients can get a little pricey. Just the way it is. Especially with the winter time coming up, we're definitely going to need that video or live stream. So you guys will get an updated version of that. Let's see. What else? We just got a lot of content to cover. That's all. A lot of content to cover. So now, my question. Do you guys have any questions? Come on. Now is that time. We've covered a lot of ground. We're about 3,000. We're at about 3,000 watch hours away from nailing our goal. We've nailed down 3,000 watch hours. Talk to me, folks. What else would you like to see? And and ask your questions. What else is changing? Again, this series In Your Face is going away. While you guys are formulating your questions, I know right now everybody's been doing the 9/11 videos. It's been 19 years today that 9/11 happened. That the September 11th attacks happened. I am not doing any video like that. All I will say is that Uh, you know, I, that I hope all of us out there are still saying our prayers for for the families that lost family members, not just the people that were caught in the attack, but the first responders, the firefighters, EMS, police department, and all the other volunteers that went into those burning buildings. I hope that we're all still praying for those families and the fact that they had lost so much in that whole experience. I am not doing that video because there's too many unanswered questions. What happened to the little black boxes from the plane, the flight recorders, if you will, from those airplanes? What happened to them? I know the official answer, but I don't believe the official answer because rumor has had it that people have seen those flight recorders, that they were picked up by the FBI or some other organization related to the FBI. Also, why did you know World Trade Center Tower 6 fall? It wasn't touched by a plane. It collapsed anyways. Weird. There's too many unanswered questions. And what happened to the plane fuselage that hit the Pentagon? What happened to that fuselage? Every plane crash I've ever seen, even if there was an explosion, where was there was debris everywhere. There was seats, there was luggage, there was bits of plane. There was none of that. And there is still that some suspect that the Pentagon was actually hit by a missile and there was a false flag attack so we'd have an excuse to go into Iraq. Well, Afghanistan first, then Iraq. And there's still a lot of unanswered questions. That is the general consensus. I'd like to see the report without any black over the typed areas. I want to see it. Then we'll decide. Those families deserve closure. So that's why I will not talk about it, because there's too many unanswered questions, and I'd only be paying it lip service like so many other people do. It wouldn't be right. I want answers. That is my 9/11 rant. My chat was not updating. Ooh, you got pumpkin spice donuts. How's OBS? Mention pumpkin spice. Exactly, third gen. Exactly. We will be looking at doing a pumpkin spice episode. We might squeeze that in sometime during this weekend. If not, Monday night. It was Building 7. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Building 7. Yeah. And what happened to the rest of the security? We only get clips. What happened to the security footage at the Pentagon? One of the most secure buildings in our country. Where's the security footage? Why are we not being showed? Good questions. So until we have those answers, I don't feel right talking about it. That is my quiet protest to our government. We want answers. Why did we go to war when it still looks pretty shady on you guys' part? I've got a brother that even though he came back home, he never fully came back. I want to know the answers, why he had to end. Again, sorry about the buffering. We will get that from time to time because my internet provider likes to rip people off. So we've answered a lot of questions and we have talked about a great deal. We will try to work in that pumpkin spice episode. How is OBS? It's doing fine for recording. I have not done any other test streams yet. At some point, we may try again and see if Princess Faye got the bugs worked out of it. We really are asking an awful lot of a computer that's better suited for office purpose, not gaming. The two are totally different ball games, And we're going to have to look at what we can do to update that computer so it'll be able to handle video games a little bit better. Editing videos, oh my God, that thing's amazing. Amazing. I love that thing. It's like a true sports car when it comes to editing videos. That thing does not take long. There's no problems. I mean, there's some things I wish it would do in editing that I have done numerous times in the past, but I can live without it at that point. Like it used to be, I would be able to mirror a shot. It won't let me do that anymore. It just won't let me do it. Wow. Sounds like you were having some troubles over there, Yadrin. You were having some troubles. So again, we got a lot of ground covered today in today's live stream. Again, well, I'm going to see if I can make a really nice pumpkin spice iced coffee. Hippy dippy. No, that isn't hippy dippy. Had a troll follow you? I don't get trolls. I don't get trolls. What I get is I get people that I get YouTube stalkers. That's not hippy dippy. It's someone copying hippy dippy. Kick him out, please. Yeah, that's not hippy dippy. Sorry. But I will go tell hippy dippy that yeah, I will go tell hippy dippy that someone's copying him. I'm sure he'll be glad to pass that on to YouTube. Oh no, I just look serious, honey. Yeah, speaking of, oh, I don't get trolls. I get stalkers. I'll let them know, unless you see him before I do. Right. Yeah. I imagine they're even, that they only wish they were as cool as us, right? It's good to see you, honey. My baby's in the chat. So that is what's going on right now with the channel. Mm-hmm. Can you stop sucking so much dick? That's why his teeth is white. He's also got a special gap right in between his front teeth. Anyhow. Anyhow. But anyhow, where I was going to go with this, thank you. Where I was going to go with this is, again, if you got any questions, now's the time to ask, okay? What's in the cards? What are we doing? I think we covered you had a question, honey? Okay, lay it on me. I don't have an answer. I don't know. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, honey. I need a shave, though. I need a shave bad. I don't like being scruffy. Oh, we've been at this for a long time. I still chase after my wife like I never caught her. Been with her a grand total of nearly yeah, it's kind of neat. Kind of a cute little name. You know. Um, you know, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. So that's why. Now that I've said that, any other questions you guys got? Did I cover it all tonight? Again, the channel is taking some, we're adding some new stuff. We're taking away some old stuff. We're trying to move in the right direction. Basically, again, I don't want to, I know, like I said, it's traditional that everyone talk about 9/11 at this time of year because, 9/11. Where were you that day? I can tell you what I was doing. I was actually getting ready to go visit my grandpa's gravesite. 1 year prior to the 9/11 attack, my grandpa had passed away. That's just weird. That's weird. But why not? Um, you know, I've seen Stranger. So. And they wanted it delivered. When are we going to do that? Okay. Thank you, Queen Bee. So, to answer your question, when are we going to do that? As soon as we start the body work, okay? And let me explain, okay? I know some of you all want to know when that's going to happen, when we're going to start it. I've got to pick up the paint to do this. We have everything else in place to begin this process. Each fender will have to come off because if there's one thing that I hate doing more than anything in the world is paying for the same real estate twice. And let me also explain, Project Spirit has been around a long time, almost 50 years, okay? Again, that's a long time for any car. So now that I've said that, let me also say that because of the fact that Project Spirit has been with us this long, let me say right now that because of the fact that she has been with us this long, and there is more signs of rust than ever before on Project Spirit. If you go all the way back to her earliest videos, well, see what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and take a moment here. The person that you see there is an actual stalker, okay? He has a fascination with me. Daddy issues. I don't swing that way, okay? Despite some of the segments that I do here on the channel. I don't swing that way, but you will find somebody. They'll sweep you off your feet. They'll take you out on a date. They'll buy you a foot long. You'll swallow it whole. That's why you've got such white teeth. But anyhow, so with that now being said, because of the fact that Project Spirit has got more rust than ever before, I'm not sure what I'm going to walk into when I start pulling those bezels. It would make sense to do it all in one job. Basically, while the body work is happening, Princess Faye tapes everything off. And we've kind of talked about this on the channel before. So it makes sense to go ahead and do it all at once put it all back together. Where it's done, it's over with. We will not have to mess with that part of the project again. Because I do not like paying for the same real estate twice. Because then pretty soon you've got parts scattered everywhere. That's why I'm so focused on each piece being done in that particular area long before we put it back together. I know many of you want to see certain things happen, but I will not do a job half-ass. If I'm going to go in, I'm going to go in full bore all the way. That's right, baby. I know you got to get to work. As soon as you get back to work, the sooner it'll be over, the sooner you'll be home, and sooner we can I love you too, baby. Sooner we can enjoy our evening together. So that is where that stands. And we all know you suck dick. Get them out of here. I'm going to start reporting them now. Hang on here. There we go. Done. I love you too, baby. Goodbye. You don't have a girlfriend? Well, why not? That's because he's been thrown out. Again. Don't have a girlfriend? Why not? Get one if you want one. Find one. There's always someone out there for somebody. There's always someone. There's someone out there for everybody. I'm a firm believer in that. Where, whatever direction you swing, there's someone out there for everyone. So, that is where that stands. There's someone out there for everybody. Again, the Prince Magnum channel is primarily a DIY hot rodding and romance channel, so we are going to continue in that direction. I love how formal that is too. I am here. I love that. Thank you, Meowdred. See, I got awesome people watching now for me. And that's why I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing, I don't get trolls. I get stalkers. I guess that just goes to show this old man still got it. No, he's just copying everybody's channel. He can't, Hey, anytime. Here on this channel, primarily, I also like to try to keep it positive, despite the fact that, like I said, there's going to be unscrupulous types that show up here. That's just the nature of the beast, and it just goes to show that we've gotten big enough that, yeah. Right. Well, we know. Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Come on, brain cell, activate. So hopefully sometime this weekend we can get back to work on the bicycle project. That is the plan. Again, yeah. There's someone out there for everybody, and, let me say right now, again, we're transversing into some more adult content here on the channel soon. You had to refresh? Yeah, I understand. I understand that. There we go. You know, so again, you guys are getting a lot of what you want. Next, what? Any other questions? You guys had some good ones tonight. You know, that's kind of where we all stand right now. Now we are going to be cutting the stream a tad bit short than usual. Because Princess Faye and I are going to be planning a nice quiet evening together. Tomorrow is basically going to begin the whirlwind of excitement here on the channel. That is our plan, to have as much fun as possible. You know, that's where it stands. You know, trying to think. Anything else? You messaged Hippie. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, for everyone I smoked, you guys smoked too. Oh, man. Hey, what's going on, Sean? We covered a lot of ground. So, again, the big one is we are close to monetization once again. We're close to making that money. So you guys would be able to, once that goes back on, we would be able to open up the super chat. We're about 1,000 hours out. And again, if you're not familiar, you're not really looked at how the YouTube monetization program works, let me run you through the bases. The YouTube monetization program works by trying to explain it. Basically, you have to have 1,000 subs or more, and you have to have 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month time frame. So between this time last year to now is how they count it. I'm doing great. You know, we talked about a lot of stuff in this particular live stream. We covered a lot of ground. I hope you're doing good. I hope the weekend's treating you good. You know, I'm excited about, about beginning tomorrow. I've got that collab. I had to push back the collab for tonight, but I figured I could get you guys caught up with everything you guys have been asking for and that sort of thing. So most definitely, we have covered an amazing amount of ground. So that is where we stand. Again, real quick, more work to be done on Project Spirit soon. She will be going to a shop because honestly, I mean, I could probably attempt this stuff myself, but I would feel more comfortable if a professional handled the job. Now, as far as V8s go, we will be looking at that for Project Spirit sometime this next year, right after tax season. Not really. I'm just kind of excited, and it's one of those things. I'm ready to get to work on the next part of the project for tonight, for the channel. And I'm just all wound up. Well, if it isn't, yeah, he copying names. It's Hartford the crackhead. He got nothing else better to do. Yeah. Well. Ta-da! Along with that, yeah, yeah. For those who don't know, Hippy Dippy's actually really cool. A really cool guy. I think it's a guy. Just an amazing friend to a lot of us, even here on the Prince Magnum channel. Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Just a really awesome person, and um, you know, nothing else. He's a mod. I think he's also a mod on your channel too. I think he's a mod on your channel as well. So, again, uh, let's do what I like to call the executive recap. Um, the first thing that we need to talk about is again, you got the cinnamon segments that you guys asked for. You will get those. We are going to. All pause in. I like that. I like that. We so that is so you guys are getting more cinnamon segments. You're also going to be getting more. There's going to be more content about the cars here very soon. Um, the podcast is on. We're just working out all the details, and it looks like there's going to be two podcasts. One just of the members of the Prince Magnum channel, kind of as is, talking about what we do. Along with that, we're going to continue. There's going to be the podcast where Cinnamon's going to be the guest, and once that. Oh, I didn't fully close the door, so they could just push it open. So that is definitely on the plate. So that is on. Real quick, Mike G, I know you're somewhere in the background. Let me also say, Isolationist Network. Good old Jamie. Welcome to the live, my friend. We were just kind of giving an executive recap because I'm getting ready to wind it down for the night. Really quick, we'll cover it again. Okay. Let's start at the top. Again, if you guys got any questions, again, let's cover those grounds. The first thing that, again, that we're going to talk about, is that there will be more car content. We got to get that transmission out of here. I'm tired of looking at it. So you guys will see a little bit more content with Lena while Project Spirit is away. During that time, Princess Faye will be visiting with family. Along with that, we'll also be covering. There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens during that week. I'm also taking vacation at the same time. Starting this weekend, we will see more of Cinnamon. Okay, so for those of you who like the Cinnamon character, thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate that, man. For those that don't know, the Isolationist Network, when you go in there, you get, welcome to the gingerbread house. And I'm telling you, you want to talk about being welcomed with open arms. That guy right there, Isolationist Network, Jamie, he really knows how to roll out the red carpet. Ever got to go over to his channel and watch one of his live streams, you are definitely missing out. Let me tell you, that guy is truly amazing. Absolutely amazing. No guy like him on the planet. I love that guy. He's just an amazing friend. He's another one that deserves a lot more support than he gets. What did you miss? We were just doing some chit chat, tallywhack, getting caught up with all of the stuff that's going on here on the channel. It's good to see you, MLG. Good to see you. We got a lot of wonderful people here tonight. Again, let's start running through the bases. Again, tomorrow is the Sonny's collab, the $10 Dollar Tree Challenge. Will be on. Let me put it like this. When we go live at 7 o'clock Central Standard US time, for those of you all in the UK or in that UK I'm doing fantastic, Jamie. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope the weekend's treating you well. Okay? I just really hope it's treating you well. You're another amazing friend to the Prince Magnum channel. If you guys have not checked Jamie out, please do so. And if you are in blue, be sure to drop that link to your channel so we can find you and get over there and give you a big streamer hug. Okay? So be sure to drop that link so we can get over there. Yeah, and you can't stop sucking guys off, dude. All right? Just get out of here. You know no one likes you. You know, he talks about, because I smoke, my teeth are stained up. Well, his teeth are white from sucking so many guys off. That's why he's also got a gap in his teeth. That causes that. You know, I'm sure there's good dentists out there that fix that. Come on, that was funny. I don't care who you are. But anyhow, also this weekend, a straight on full live stream of Cinnamon for 2 hours. You guys will get your 2 hour live stream straight up of Cinnamon. Okay. For those that are not familiar, Cinnamon is the character that we have developed here on the channel. I've had some help. Cinnamon has been asked, there was kind of like this hashtag Cinnamon for her own channel. Basically, it's that, when I get done up in makeup and then put on the act like I'm a drag queen, um, basically out of that, someone asked the question one day, if you really were a drag queen, what would your name be? And I said, it'd be Cinnamon. And it has kind of went downhill from there. So my YouTube career has taken a turn for the um, it's taken a turn for the very bizarre, by my old school definition. So there you have that. Um, you know, yeah, dude. Uh, you know, just one of them things. That's just one of those awesome things that. Thank you so much, Jamie. You're an awesome guy. Awesome guy. And so many people were screaming they wanted Cinnamon to have her own channel, and that's just not possible because it would just be too hard trying to manage two channels. So, no. Uh, so basically, you guys are going to get 2 hours of Cinnamon, first time ever here on the channel. So, for those of you who didn't know who Cinnamon was, now you know. Cinnamon's I guess you can almost say like a character that we created, a monster that we created, but now has an actual direction and in final development, I guess you could say. Perfect for the camera. So that character should be on tomorrow, which means that we will be doing for the first time where I will be done up in makeup, then I will go live. Um, you know, um, so that is the excitement there. I know a lot of you have been wanting something like this, so you guys are more, whether So I know Jamie, I know you're gonna have to grab Nikki. You guys are gonna love this stream. It's gonna be adults only. Sunday, we're hoping to get back onto the bicycle project and getting that taken care of. Along with that, we will also be getting back onto again, tomorrow will be the Sunny's collab. Hey, what's going on, Zaz? Welcome to the live. Oh, yes, the challenge. I Cinnamon, I love it. I love it. For those of you who like to play Fortnite, there is now a challenge out there. Okay, Jamie, you're going to have to tell this to Nikki. Okay, if any of you play Fortnite, I will be recording Fortnite's basically gameplay, and for a half an hour, I will be in the Cinnamon character. I'm not allowed to break character at all through this live stream, playing Fortnite, and I'll be playing as Cinnamon. Now that I've said that, oh, you heard something interesting? Well, share it, my friend. Basically, you guys will, if you play Fortnite and you want to play Fortnite for a half an hour with Cinnamon, the challenge is you cannot laugh at anything that Cinnamon says in that recorded session. And afterwards, I will be going through putting an opening and an intro. Speed running. That's not easy, but I would like to see him do it. If anybody could do it, I believe he can do it. If anybody could do it, it would definitely be. You know, so um, you guys will get the opportunity to take that challenge where you get to come in, you get to play a half an hour of Fortnite with Cinnamon, but you have to try not to laugh at anything that Cinnamon says throughout that half an hour. And then it'll be put up, and I will even put a counter throughout that recorded session. And if you do want to live stream it, just let me know, and you are more than welcome to live stream playing a half an hour with Cinnamon. So that is the challenge. So you're more than welcome. Basically, it'll be a way to help you guys promote your channels too. So that challenge is now out there. And I've already started laying down the challenge to several people. Now that I've also said that, again, there will be in the near future where Cinnamon will also get to be a guest. I understand. I understand. Also, even if don't be surprised that even if you only download it for that long, perfect. But I enjoy playing it with other people. Yeah, and it will be any live stream with Cinnamon will be 18 or older from here on out because some of the subjects that we'll be talking about. So that is the plan for the rest of the week. Basically, we will hope to get some work done to the bicycle project. We're going to spend some time in the kitchen, and along with that, we're going to hopefully get to setting up the final stuff for Project Spirit, getting ready to begin taking parts over. Beginning Monday after work, we'll be taking parts over to Torque Diesel and Auto to begin the automatic transmission swap. So, just got done with your live stream. Well, welcome to the live. We're actually getting ready to wrap it up here. There's not a whole lot more to talk about. Oh, Chairman, you've been lurky turkey, huh, Chairman? So that is where all of it stands. So if any of you want to get your time with Cinnamon, you're more than welcome to. But we won't be live streaming that. We're not. There will be some more attempts at live streaming. Just came in a few minutes ago. Okay, well, I still appreciate you being here. And if any of you have the time, oh no, he sometimes has quite a bit to say. Something, and we're still live. Buffer. AT&T strikes again. Okay, so it's still good to see you all. So that is where it all stands. So again, if Night Chairman, that's right. So again, we are close to making that 4,000 hour watch marker, and we've got to get back onto getting the Teespring store finished set up so you guys can buy Teespring merch on the Prince Magnum channel. Yes, I am having a fantastic day. Any day above ground's a good day, in my opinion. So, Jamie, yeah. So, you and Nikki, I will definitely request that tomorrow. Congratulations by PewDiePie. I don't know yet. I'm probably going to do something else exciting. Well, I'm going to keep it as a surprise. I'm probably going to see if I can get on stage and we're going to see if we can record me singing a very important song. One that's kind of important to me, important to a lot of children of the 80s. Um, I'm probably going to do something like that. Nothing against that song. I'm sure it's a really awesome song, but myself personally, I want to do something very, very special. Um, I think it's going to be fun. So it's going to be a great time here on the channel. We're going to continue celebrating life, celebrating that there is always a hope of a better tomorrow if today has been rotten to you. And we're going to continue to. Cinnamon needs to rickroll everyone. Why does Cinnamon need to rickroll everyone? Wouldn't it be even better if Cinnamon did something like, oh, you know, no. Um, why doesn't Cinnamon maybe sing "It's a Miracle" by Boy George? That would be even better. Done up as Boy George. That would even be cooler, man. It's a miracle, because at that time they were like top of top of their game. Culture Club was like on top of the world at that point in time. Well, it's one of those things I would like to take something that was done during it. Oh, Queen's like, oh my gosh, yeah. We would have to definitely live stream that. Definitely. So that is part of the plan. I support small. He doesn't have a small channel there, Supreme. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? He's like what? One of the biggest YouTubers in the world? One of them now. He used to be the biggest, but not so much anymore. Times have changed. The changing of the guard. Maybe one day we might be almost that big. I don't think we'll ever get quite that big, but then again, you never know. So, um, so again, uh, Jamie, make sure that you grab. Yeah, we all screwed at that point. No shit. Jamie, be sure that that you and Nikki are ready for tomorrow because 7 o'clock p.m. my time, 1 o'clock a.m. you guys' time. We're gonna go live, and it's gonna be. Yeah, I've seen Allie's getting really close. She deserves it though. She really does deserve it. So let me say right now, uh, Jamie, you and Nikki got to be in here tomorrow to hang out with Cinnamon. It'll probably be again about 7 o'clock p.m. my time. It'll be 1 o'clock a.m. you guys' time, because it'll be the very first full-on Q&A with Cinnamon, and I know how much you all need your spice from Cinnamon. Got to get your dose of spice, right? So I will be in full character tomorrow, which means that for the first time ever, it'll be without the makeup part of it all. Um, Let me explain. Princess Faye basically says that she'll still do the character, but she wants to. She'll still do me up for the character part, but she's really considering the whole fact that there are just times she just doesn't want to be on camera, and I I'm fine with that. So for 2 hours, it's just going to be Cinnamon. We really nailed that look. Yeah. Hey, we all got our favorites. One of my favorite channels here on YouTube that's actually very good size, I will say it right now, is Townsend's. A lot of 18th century cooking and 18th century style history, building, and things like that. It's a great history channel. I love it. I love that channel. Great way to take a look at colonial America. There you go. There's always the playback. He used to be. Used to be. Yeah, so, let her know. We'll definitely all be praying and keeping her in our thoughts and prayers. We all love Nerdy Nikki. There you go. Yeah, I love my history. As a matter of fact, we have done an 18th century style macaroni and cheese here on the channel before. We'll have to do that again. We will definitely have to do that again. That is definitely on the table. So, yeah, Jamie, let our nerdy Nikki know that we all love her very much and get to feeling better as soon as possible. Because I'll tell you all right now, for those that don't know, the Prince Magnum channel loves its couples. We love our couples here. Uh, we love our couples coming in, whether married or shacking up or whatever. However you live, we love our couples. It doesn't matter if it's traditional man and man and woman, or, that's true. That's true. He's got that. Um, so, uh, you know, we love our couples being in here, married, shacking up, straight, uh, homosexual couples, even our couples that aren't really exactly couples. They're, the polyamory polyamory relationships. I can't talk. Um, you know, we love our, we love our couples. Whatever it is in your life, that's what we enjoy here on the Prince Magnum channel, and we love every last one of you from beginning to end. However you live, we support you in your endeavors of making your relationship work. That's why there's surviving romance. Any and all, yes. You just be you. Just be you. The only one that can be you is you. And we love you for who you are. And that is that's one of the many messages we carry here on the channel, and we're going to continue forward with that message. Just be yourself, because at day's end, the only one who can be you is you. And there's only one of you out there. You know, that's the way it should be. It would be a very boring world if there was several, if the whole world was just like one person. It'd be very boring. Oh, my G Fuel, that's funny. You know, really. I always thought you two were living together. I always thought you two lived exactly together for some odd reason. The way you two just, the way you two come together, I always figured you guys, were, just, always in the same household for some reason. I don't know why. The fact that you guys make it work is amazing. There again, untraditional couple there, but they make it work. And that is truly, truly amazing. You know, again, I am the most fortunate content creator in the world because I have all of you supporting me. And for those again who do not know, close to reaching our goal before November of having the monetization turned back on. So if any of you get the opportunity, we have the best of the best here on the Prince Magnum channel for videos in a playlist ready to go. All you got to do is hit play and let it run. There's old videos that definitely didn't get the support that they did back when they were made, but definitely deserve their support now more than ever. Including some that are still regularly viewed here on the channel. Talk about amazing. You know, the Prince Magnum channel has a little something for everybody, whether it's cooking, art, cars, which art and cars go together like death and taxes. They really do go together. Um, you know, uh, cars and art go together like whips and chains. I mean, that's just one of those things. That goes really well together. Um, we do a little bit of everything here on the channel, and we even do it sober. That's amazing. We do it sober. and we have a good time doing it. Again, when the podcast information comes up about being a guest on that podcast, we will definitely be doing that. Making sure that information gets out to all of you, because I know a lot of you would like to, to hear the podcast where Princess Faye and I talk about the Prince Magnum channel, and then there will be the one where it'll be a Q&A where the guest on that podcast will be Cinnamon. Yeah, Cinnamon gets her own time on a podcast of all the things. And many of you already know the person who's inviting me to their podcast. That would be none other than the amazing Spaz Baby. Spaz Baby. 13,000 supporters and counting. It's amazing. So that's where we stand. And again, we will be saying goodbye to a couple of the series here on the channel that just aren't cutting, they're just not cutting the butter anymore, just not cutting the mustard. And one of those series is In Your Face. And the other one that may be up on the chopping block is A Look Into Our Past. So we may be saying goodbye to those. Off the Chain, Surviving Romance, DIY Budget Hot Rodding or Do-It-Yourself Budget Hot Rodding, and the new segment with Cinnamon, all staying. All of it's staying. So along with a few other series that have just become staples here on the channel, including bringing back Urban Survival. Urban Survival will definitely be staying now that you all have asked for it. So we're condensing and expanding in different ways, in good ways. So, all righty. So that brings us to our stopping point. Good executive recap, my friends. And thank you again for every last one of you for being here with me tonight. Or for some of you, it may be the morning hours. And again, thank you for being here with me. That does bring us to the spot where I will say, if you have not smashed that like button, please do so at this time. We definitely appreciate having that like button smashed. Oh, I missed some stuff. What about the Stone Cold podcast? I don't know about it, no. There we go. Yeah, don't forget to wear your seatbelts, folks, even though sometimes they have been known to kill people. Wow, yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock. Yeah, I already ate before the stream, but Princess Faye's bringing home pizza. She works in a pizzeria. What do you expect? Pizza's on the menu for tonight. Along with that, AJ Styles, I'm not a big wrestling fan anymore. Not a big wrestling fan. So again, if you've not smashed the like button, please do so at this time. See Magnum channel videos. So if you get the opportunity, definitely check it out. There are some really awesome videos on there. Some of my all-time favorites. All righty. And now that I've said all of that, I will say this. Get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for every last one of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.